Fort Smith and the south side of Van Buren is going to be, for the most part, in the clear. Mainly the northern half of Van Buren from I-40 to the north is going to be most impacted with this thunderstorm. Drew?
Damon, you keep your eyes on it. Great meteorologist and a storm chaser, and you're going to be watching that. Emily Maha was out in the Sallisaw area, and that's kind of where our crew has set up. She experienced that storm that Damon's talking about. Now look at that, even darker than earlier as the storms are coming through. And we were talking about, and we'll try to get Emily. Okay, Emily, if you can hear me, what's happening is you had that storm that came through earlier, and we've got another one just to your southwest, and that thunderstorm is going to be capable of some very, very strong winds that you need to prepare for. And obviously we saw some lightning in the distance. I want you to paint the picture for us right now.
Well, right now, the rain is starting to pick up a little bit. I'm starting to feel that wind. It is getting very, very dark right now. The clouds above my head are gray, nearly black. Out into the distance to my left, it's just pitch black over there, and you're really starting to see that lightning. And now it's not just lightning bolts that we're seeing, it's filling up the whole sky, and there's a lot of thunder that we're hearing that's coming along with that lightning. Now I'm watching the clouds move in right now overhead. You can't really see too far into the distance, and even as I'm standing here right now, I can really feel the wind starting to pick up. As I'm watching the rain start to come down, we're seeing a lot more of this lightning. This is really something that is changing by the minute right now. As I'm standing here talking to you about it, you can see, like I mentioned, it's just gray and black coming into this area right now. And, these storms, it looks like,
Emily,
are really going to start picking up in just the next couple of minutes. There's some lightning that you can see right now. Yes.
Emily,
yes.
I care for your safety. I want you in a vehicle now. There's too much lightning around there, and those winds are going to be picking up. Please get into a vehicle, and we can try to continue to go there. I don't care about anything else. I want you to be safe, and you're doing a great job for us. So we'll continue to watch that. I don't want to forget about that tornado warning storm moving throughout sections of Carroll County, Darby, because it looks like that thunderstorm really is starting to weaken some as it's moving throughout really the eastern sections of Carroll County.
Yeah, and we want to make this perfectly clear. The tornado warning that was issued for the storm that is now just near Van Buren has been canceled. That tornado warning has been canceled, and as Damon Shaw, who was chasing that storm earlier, mentioned, it looks like it's lost a lot of the characteristics that would have possibly instigated or told us that there might be a tornado with it. So no tornado warning with that storm anymore. Fort Smith, no tornado warning for you. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for northern portions of Fort Smith. But really what we're concerned with for Fort Smith at this point is this storm right here moving toward your area. So it is moving at about 55 to 60 miles per hour. It will be entering into the Fort Smith area in about 22 minutes. And it will be moving into portions of Sallisaw as well.
I'm hearing, we're in Rogers, folks, and I'm hearing sirens outside.
We shouldn't be.
Yeah, before we diagnose that storm, I don't know what is going on. I don't know who is sounding those sirens within the county, but there is nothing going on at this point in Benton County, so that maybe there's some sort of I don't know, some power surge or something like that.
Drew, can you also check, apparently the sirens are going off in Arcoma as well at this time?
Yeah, so Benton County, what you're hearing right now, it must be some sort of mistrigger or maybe some sort of electrical problem.
It could be anything, but the point is Benton County, nowhere in Benton County do we have a tornado on the ground. The only part of Washington County that we're even concerned with in terms of wind damage is eastern Washington County into Madison County, but there are no tornado warnings in Washington or Benton County. There's only one tornado warning currently in effect, and that is for eastern sections of Carroll County.
Let's go to Arcoma around that area. All right, so around the Fort Smith area, we can tighten up a little bit here, Darby. Now, Angela had said that there are some reports of the tornado sirens going off. There's not a tornado warning on this thunderstorm, but folks, in all sincerity, that thunderstorm could produce 60 to 70 mile an hour winds right into the Sallisaw area as well as Cowlington. These winds are kind of fanning out from that particular thunderstorm, and we still need to watch the southern end of it, but at this point, let's turn back over to that velocity product, Darby, so we can kind of get another idea of the winds flowing out of that storm. Look at this bright green color. That's what we want to be focused on really within there. So let's tighten up a little bit on the bright green, and we can query that. So Brent, the Tamaha area, this is what you could expect within that particular thunderstorm. So not only is the radar sensitive enough to figure out which way the winds are flowing in there, but also the speed. So it's calculating a speed here close to 60 miles an hour. By the way, a severe thunderstorm, you need to have quarter-size hail or winds gusting at 58 miles an hour or greater, or a tornado. This is not a tornado here, but we've got 58-mile-an-hour winds, and that's why you have a severe thunderstorm warning. So Sallisaw, you thought you were through with it, but you're going to get another storm. It's going to blow on through within the next couple of minutes, and on the leading edge of that line of thunderstorms could be dealing with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Fort Smith, we're not forgetting about you either. That thunderstorm, notice right here, all right, as it's tracking towards the Fort Smith area. So Darby's going to extend out our storm track on it, and here we go. Muldrow, 9 minutes from now. Fort Smith, about 20 minutes. Van Buren, 25 minutes. Dean Springs, and 36. Watalula at 58. Angela, you get some new information?
Right. We want to give you an update on what's going on in Moore, Oklahoma. Obviously, before these storms hit our area, we cannot forget that massive tornado that tore through this afternoon. And we have some late breaking news. The Oklahoma State Medical Examiner's Office is now reporting at least 51 people have been killed. You're looking at live pictures of the rubble, the debris, the damage from the storm that moved through just outside of Oklahoma City this afternoon. 120 patients are at Oklahoma hospitals. Out of that 120, 70 are children. At a different hospital, 10 of the 37 people are in critical condition at this hour. Again, this was Moore, Oklahoma, which you'll remember back in 1999, that area saw a massive tornado. They're saying this one here could be even worse.
Angela, you mentioned earlier, well, we talked about this in the newscast. They said preliminary data was an EF4 tornado of winds over 200 miles an hour. Folks, looking at the devastation and destruction, and we've kind of been combing it over here, not only off the air but on the air, looking at that damage, it would not surprise me if there are EF5 type of damage. Now,
and Drew, talk about the wind speeds for an EF5 tornado, because what EF4 wind speeds up to 200 miles per hour?
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking 200 plus miles an hour. I mean, you could be talking 250 miles an hour within a storm like that. Bottom line is, so we get about 1,200 tornadoes on average for the year across the United States. Less than 2% of all tornadoes will be a strength of an EF4 or an EF5. But the violent storms, the monsters like this, the Joplin storm. Remember, Joplin, we're going on the 2-year anniversary on Wednesday. The Denning-Etna tornado that had EF3, EF4 damage, that's on Friday. Okay, so we've got some pretty significant anniversaries that are going on this week, and unfortunately, we're getting some just more and more information on that. Just absolutely devastating. Thoughts and prayers are with those folks. This is KOCO. That is our look at the car that's just tossed around.
And Drew, you'll remember the elementary school in that area was just completely devastated. We had heard that the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders had gotten out of that elementary school, and it was about 70 elementary kids that were inside. And that probably includes some of those kids now that are in the hospital that were inside. Hours later, some of the kids were able to get out, but they did say that there are reports that